This episode is best enjoyed with earphones on. Where are we?
From the moment I was born, I was an outcast. I was the first who was cursed, before I cursed any other. A fearsome creature, taking lives with my reach. I didn't have a choice. I was born this way. I was just a dissonant note that mother would sing. I couldn't change that. The only thing I could do was to find a meaning to my eternal existence. The meaning I found was something that no sane person would accept. That death is inevitable. That all things must end. No matter how hard it is to let go. But how do you say that to people who have dreams and families and plans for the future? No matter how I brought this up, people would hate me for it. I don't blame them. I hated myself even more. But what was even harder for me was the existence of my sister, Vita.
The Lady of Life?
Yes. And she was everything I wasn't. Beautiful, youthful, full of joy and life. She cared deeply for every creature, like they were her own children. She was loved by everyone, without even trying to be. I hated her and loved her for all the same reasons. She was everything I was not, and everything I wanted to be. To hate yourself is one thing, but to constantly be compared to her, that was another kind of hell. But she was blindly absorbed by the love she had for her children. She forgot her true purpose, the balance of the world. She protected your grove for so long. No death would come to you, no sickness, a paradise on earth. And that caused massive problems with the cycle of life. It even made your people unafraid of consequences, since my sister would always take care of them. And then she wanted to give her blessing to you. You were a gift from her, but you were meant to disrupt the circle of life. So I had to be the one to cover her wrongdoings. And I gave your parents a choice. It would be you or the grove. They had their decision. I still remember their cries. I still remember how that beautiful grove ended up like a graveyard. My sister was gone when you were born. My home was gone. And I was alone once again. Hated. I took all the blame upon myself.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because if there is one person that should end me, it should be you. I was waiting for you, for this moment to come. I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to suffer anymore. I want this dissonant note to fade into oblivion. So, I surrender to you.
Growing up, I learned to fear you. Your shadow was deeply rooted within me. I was afraid of my own life, and I also didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I was an outcast too. But then I realized that I was the one who cast myself out, because soon after, I found friends who accepted me exactly the way I was. They had faith in me and supported me every step of the way. And then I started to change, bit by bit, because of them. And then I lost them, and the circle of suffering began anew. But then I found a new friend. She helped me confront my past, my fears, my hate. And as its door was closing, I felt more and more whole inside. I thought that killing you was the last thing I needed to exorcise my past and move on with my life. But when I look at you now, I see a part of myself, afraid to be who they truly are, afraid that people would hate them for their very nature, misunderstood. All I am saying is that what I needed was a little faith and a push from a friend, and I think that's what you need too.
Do you really mean that?
I will not back down from restoring my grove. My place suffered enough all these years because of this, but we can work together on this. We can bring real balance together, as sisters, not as enemies. What do you say, Val?
Vita, I am home.
Welcome to another episode of the B&D podcast. Today we're diving into the cold waters of the Grand Line in search of the greatest treasure of them all, the One Piece. Now, if you have managed to avoid the tsunami of all animes, One Piece, don't you worry. One of us has been sailing with the Straw Hat crew for years. Zephy, our navigator, will take the lead in this adventure and guide us into the Grand Line. But for all of you who have been standing on the docks for quite some time, like me, the cook of the ship, wondering if 1,000+ episode anime is really the right adventure to embark on, we've got your back too. Today we will mostly discuss the live action, especially with season 2 now out, and getting everyone hooked on this exciting voyage. We'll be looking at it from two different lenses, one from a long-time anime fan who has been sailing these seas for many years, and one from a reluctant recruit who's seeing everything for the first time through the newly acquired binoculars.
What an episode to be sick. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I hope
Wow.
you get well soon.
I feel like Nami. Bring me a chopper, please. I need him so much right now. But I'll try my best. So grab your straw hat, guys, ready your compass, and let's go find the One Piece. At this point, I think I'll take the lead on this, Val, because it was about time we talked about the magical world of Oda Sensei. So I'll start with explaining a few things about the world of One Piece before we jump into the live action hype. So the short story is about Luffy, a young boy with one big dream. He wants to become the king of the pirates. So to achieve it, he must find the legendary treasure known as the One Piece, hidden somewhere in the world by the last pirate, King Goldie Roger. So in order to fulfill his dream, Luffy sets out on a journey across the seas, and along the way he gathers his crew, each with their own dreams and struggles, so together they live countless adventures. Now, the long story. The world of One Piece is huge, and it is divided in two by a huge mountain line, which is called the Red Line, which separates Paradise with a new world. And the only way that someone can cross it is either through Calm Belt, which is a sea that no one can pass because there is no wind there, or the Reverse Mountain that links the four seas that link to the Grand Line, a dangerous and unpredictable ocean that few can navigate. But that's why we have Nami, guys. On the surface of the story, it looks like a chaotic pirate world. Pirates roam freely, seeking treasure and glory, while the Marines enforce the law and try to maintain the order. But beneath the surface, the world is governed by hidden and dark powers. The world government and its affiliated organizations, such as the Celestial Dragons and the Cypher Pole agencies. So these institutions claim to protect justice and maintain peace, but in reality, they are often corrupt, self-serving, and oppressive. They manipulate history, erase knowledge, exploit nations, and punish anyone who challenges their authority. So pirates in this world are not all simply criminals. They are often rebels, adventurers, and freedom seekers. Like Goldie Roger, the previous pirate king, who was seen as criminal by the authorities, yet he inspired generations to chase freedom and uncover truths hidden by the world government. So Luffy follows his example without even knowing that he's following. He is a pirate, but he is not motivated by greed or conquest. He is driven by freedom, loyalty to his friends, and the desire to challenge the corrupt order. So in many ways, he acts as a liberator, confronting systems of oppression, fighting tyrants, and inspiring the oppressed to reclaim their freedom. Through the whole story, there are many questions that we still have no clear answer. So, for example, the Wheel of D, characters with the initial D in their names, devil fruits, fruits that grant incredible powers but at a great cost, the Void Century and the ancient weapons, lost history, powerful artifacts, and nations erased from records indicate a world government built on lies and fear, and the One Piece itself, because it is more than just a treasure, but we have no idea what it is. So you can understand that One Piece is not just about pirates searching for treasure, it's about challenging the status quo, questioning authority, and uncovering truth in a world that lies to its people.
Oh, thanks for doing that, actually, because that actually helped me as well. Understanding the world better. But from the perspective of someone who has only watched, I think it was like 35, let's say 35 episodes.
Yes, I
of
want to hear that
anime.
too.
Yeah, because obviously Nami was there, so yeah.
Mhm.
And Sanji was there, so yeah, it was probably more than 30. I don't remember how many, but I am really impressed with the live action. So I would just like to add a few humble things, if you don't
Mhm.
mind. It amazes me how perfectly the story of the live action was done and how much it honors the anime. From hearing all these things that you're saying, and every time you talk to me about this, obviously I can understand that. It
Mhm.
doesn't seem rushed at all, even though we get to meet so many different characters. Everything and everyone seems to fit together like puzzle pieces in the grand scheme of things. And I actually have no trouble remembering details because they're presented in a way that feels meaningful. I clearly don't see the Easter eggs that you see, okay? Since I haven't watched the
Yes.
full anime. But everything feels so intentional and it's really refreshing to see. Putting our live action goggles on now, though, I
Mhm.
feel that the pacing is less scary than the anime's pace. For someone who is not ready to invest in the story the same way that they would if they started it first, saying that I'm watching Naruto, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
not 1,000 episodes. Okay. So I do feel strongly that people who are interested should maybe start watching the Netflix show now. This was a way for me to feel more connected to the story, and I decided to start watching the anime, which I do promise I will catch up at some point if I'm still alive. So
Secrets everywhere.
maybe, dear listeners, this could be your wake up call. And after you binge all the episodes, you will decide to give the anime a go too. I am curious, though, to hear your thoughts about the casting on the live action.
I really hope that someone can really start One Piece after this episode. It is a win for me. But about the casting, I absolutely love them with all my heart. I'm so happy that Oda Sensei is deeply involved in the live action adaptation and that he's making every decision. It's incredibly important to let the creator guide projects like this, and it really shows because the result is amazing and people are loving it. Some have expressed strong opinions about Vivi and her skin color, since in the original anime and manga she was white skin. I completely disagree with them 100%, and apparently Oda himself does too. It's been countless years since he wrote the Arabasta arc, and let's be honest, it never really made sense for the princess of Arabasta, an area clearly inspired by India and Egypt, to be pale like snow. So now that Oda has the chance to work on this story directly, he made the change, and it works perfectly. Because if Oda Sensei says this is how it should be, then that's exactly how it's supposed to be. End of discussion. So honestly, there's not a single person in this cast I don't adore. I love them all. All.
I agree with you.
Yes.
The casting is one of the best castings in any live adaptation I've ever watched.
So true.
Again, I'm out of words sometimes with this because nothing seems forced. The multicultural aspect is so gently done, and there is space for it 100%. No one is upset with any changes they made, I think, apart from what you just said. But I do think there's not a good reason to be upset about this. All the actors look like such interesting people, and they brought to life these characters in a way that feels insanely real. And I love their dedication. I think that's what makes the show a huge success. By the way, I heard a rumor that Boa
Yes.
will be Megan Fox.
No, please. Oh my God, no. No, no, no. Oda, I have faith in you. I have faith in you. No, she's not going to be. I don't know. I want her to be Asian or something, or Philippine or something. I don't know. That's how I aspire her in my head.
I don't think Megan Fox is going to be.
And I hope so. I hope so. I don't want Megan Fox on this, please. No. I don't know. The cast is absolutely great. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, some people had strong opinions, and weirdly, not just about Vivi, but also about Brooke. And I was like, for Brooke? Seriously? I mean, what? I've seen the anime, and he seems kind of white there, but in my mind, Brooke was always black pre-death, okay? Because then he's a skeleton, so he's a musical genius, and music flows through him, and black people know music. I
Yeah.
mean, it's in their blood, it's in their DNA, and that's exactly what makes Brooke who he is. So top and fair casting for that one too. I love Brooke. I love that he's black. I love everything. Everything.
It's the only episode that we actually have nothing bad to say.
No, because Oda is just a freaking awesome person, and One Piece is about all these how can I say it? He wants to bring forward all these cultural differences and marry them in a way and make them feel like we're all in this together and we're not that different from one another. That's what One Piece is about. So let's not try to make it something that it's not.
No,
It's
I agree. And I know that I will regret my next words.
Hmm?
But please tell me more about your favorite characters, Effie.
Oh my God.
I've heard this before, by the way. Just so you know, I'm just gonna zone out for 5 minutes because I have heard this before.
Now, now you can go eat, you can go clean the house.
I'll be back.
Well, I guess just from the live action so far.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say all of the Straw Hats, every single one of them. I love them with all my heart. They've been my crew, my best friends since I was 6 years old. In a way, I'm part of their crew too, because I even have the X tattoo on my hand as proof. So I'm a Mugiwara too. Of course, they'll always be my number one. And yes, I include Vivi with the Straw Hats. To me, she's an unofficial Straw Hat, and she always will be. After them, come the rest of the characters. I love Buggy. I love Buggy, but honestly, not so much at that early point in the story. I don't like him that much at this point in the story, in the live action. The Buggy we see later in the manga and the anime, we're close there. That's the Buggy I absolutely love. I enjoy his scenes so much now. They're always so entertaining. He's so entertaining. I love him so much. I also love Monkey D. Garp. I've always loved Garp and Kobe too, especially where the story goes with him, because people watching the live action right now have no idea how much character development Kobe is going to get. I have a crush on him. Oh, I also love Bartolomeo. It's honestly so exciting watching people experience One Piece for the first time. They meet these characters who at first seem small or unimportant, but later you realize how unique they actually are and how much they shine in their own way. And the story really takes its time with them. And that's part of what makes the world feel so alive. And Bartolomeo is, he's the best boy, no competition. Yeah, a fun boy like us. How about you?
All of them, I think they're really special. But my heart belongs to Sanji.
Of course.
And not because I'm a simp. It has nothing to do with the way that he looks. Obviously, no offense, Daz. You look amazing.
But his eyes, his ocean eyes.
I know, and the dedication to becoming Sanji won me over completely. I follow him on Instagram. Every single move he makes, I'm just there, a stalker. No, I have discussed this with you, and I do understand how he's more of a Brock kind of character in the anime. He likes the ladies a bit too much, but from what I have seen in the live action, every single word, everything he does, I see myself in him. I swear, I have never ever felt a connection like that with a character before. It's incredible, becoming so attached. Because we share so many qualities and values for some reason. Cooking for his loved ones, always looking after them and worrying if they're safe and well fed. He is Val. I am Sanji. I need to change my name. And yes, my gym leg days are not the same as his. But I broke into tears when he was talking about his past, the way that he was a tiny boy cooking for his sick mum, making a mess of the kitchen, mixing whatever ingredients he can find. Please. I used to act like I'm basically on a cooking show in our kitchen when I was young. And now I'm creating my own recipes the same way he does. Aww. Also, since we're mentioning favorites, I love Doctorine. She's just such a complex character, and I can't wait to see more of her, hopefully. And I love the casting for her as well.
Okay, I have many things to say about all of this. First, I told you remind me of Kureha. Kureha is Val. If I could bring together Sanji and Kureha, well, their child would be Val. Taz is incredible, truly. The dedication he shows is amazing. Sanji is honestly so lucky to have him bringing the character to life. The same goes for Makenyu. Okay, guys, now if we're talking about Val's husband, I will talk about my husbando, because Zoro will always be my real husbando. The amount of work he put in is unbelievable. He trained so much to build Zoro's physique, and Oda Sensei even told him to bulk up his neck to really match Zoro's look. And yeah, I was absolutely happy with the result. So not to mention that scene with Zoro versus 100 Baroque Works officers. I mean, they were actually 100 people, 100. The choreography was incredible, and watching him move with the 3 swords, like, that was so mind-blowing. The control, the speed, the precision. I still can't believe how good that scene was. So Zoro himself would be proud. But what I love even more is the respect between the actors. Because Makenyu said that even though the scene was difficult, martial arts have been part of his life since he was a kid. So some things came naturally to him, he gave so much credit to Taz because Taz started from zero and pushed himself beyond his limits into just 2
My
seasons.
boy.
Yes, they are all so dedicated. And as for Sanji, I really like the direction they took with him because he has always been a gentleman in the anime and manga, but most of the time he is also pretty creepy around women at times. A lot of creepy, actually. So I actually love that they toned that part down in the live action without stripping away the essence of the character because he still clearly appreciates and loves the ladies, but now it feels more natural and respectful rather than so exaggerated because for a live action adaptation, the character feels more real and believable in this format.
I'm so glad they did that, to be honest, because I feel so attached to him, and I don't think
Yes.
I'm a perv. I'm
You
not
know,
a creep.
For the anime format, it works very well. It is very funny to see Sanji, bleeding by watching a beautiful woman, etc. It's so funny. But for the live action,
Yeah,
yeah,
in
you
real
need.
life, that is probably a bit weird.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Can we also talk about Topper's storyline in the show? Because I swear I haven't cried so much since I last watched Stranger Things, and I send you pictures of me crying.
What? Don't tell me Stranger Things with Chopper's backstory. There's no. What the fuck? Oh my god. Crying is not good for my health at this point. I think my nose is going to stop working at this point. But I knew it was coming, and still, I have to say, I will never be prepared for Chopper's backstory. Okay, so I'll be honest. There are many scenes in One Piece that are incredibly, incredibly hard to watch. And when I say many, I mean a lot. The backstory of Chopper is definitely one of them. Because of that, I can go back and watch it again. The last time I saw Chopper's story was the first time I watched it, and it completely broke me back then the same way it did now. But I have to say something important. The anime is actually much worse for your mental health. The pacing in the anime is slower, which means Ahiro Oda makes you sit with the pain for a long time. He really makes you suffer through every moment of it. In the live action, the pace, has to be faster. So for me, it was a very quick but very intense cry. And honestly, I just love Chopper so much. I might even love him more than all the Straw Hats. I want to protect him at all costs. He's the most precious emergency food, sorry, reindeer that has ever existed. But I won't watch the scene again. I just can't. It completely destroys me every time. And the worst part, people who are just starting the story have no idea that even heavier moments are still coming. Moments that will make Chopper's story feel like just a walk in the park. Trust me.
I don't really want to know.
Oh,
I don't know if I can take it.
you have no idea. Just wait to see Sanji's backstory, the whole backstory, I mean, not just with Zeke, the whole backstory. You are going to die.
Yeah. Great. I
How did you feel when you saw Chopper's backstory?
yeah, I'm trying to find the words. I cannot find the words because everything about this destroyed me. Like I was grieving for weeks. I was thinking about this constantly because I was getting spammed all over the place, like the same parts of the episodes that like
Yes.
broke me. So it was hard. It was hard because it was like a reminder constantly. Like the way that he was rejected by everyone for being different. Or the way that he was seen as a monster because he ate the devil fruit, but finally found the strength to accept himself for who he truly was after Dr. Hiruluk showed him so much compassion is what got me. The story's just it feels like it's teaching people that being different and being a liability is not really a weakness. Because you will meet people in your life who are going to love you for who you truly are, and they will teach you how to love yourself too. And the way that Dr. Hiruluk chose to mentor him and treated him like family and made him feel like he deserved to have a place in the world. Also, his speech about dreams, illness, and when a person truly dies was one of the most beautiful moments in the entire series, in my opinion. And in the end, the sense of inheritance for Chopper. How people live on through the dreams they pass down. The way Chopper became a doctor made his adopted father's dream of healing all people true. I'm getting goosebumps. This storyline was incredibly bittersweet and heartwarming all at once.
Drum Island is just, oh, I don't know. Also, he's so cute. They made him so cute. And thanks for Oda for that, because I don't know how he would turn out if there wasn't Oda there. But
yeah,
now,
I read somewhere that they wanted to make him more realistic, but Oda was like, nope, he's going to be cute.
Thank you. We want him cute. So what I wanted to say was that Tony Chopper and Laboon were honestly the GOATs of this season, because I also cried so much during those moments, especially when Monkey D. Luffy sang Bing Sake to Laboon. That scene hit me right in the heart. And I absolutely love the foreshadowing that Oda Sensei is adding to the scenes. For people who haven't watched the anime or read the manga, you have no idea how many things happening right now that are going to come back later in the story. So for a long time, One Piece fans, these little moments and Easter eggs are just incredible to see. And what makes it even more special is that this kind of foreshadowing wasn't really possible in the early manga or the anime, because back then Oda couldn't know every detail about what would happen 20 years later or which characters would become so important. But now that the story is getting closer to its end, he has the chance to weave those connections in the way he truly wanted to. And honestly, it is just amazing to watch.
I just applaud. He just created something. I just want to say, Zeffy, you told me so.
I told you so.
You tried so hard. And I was just, nope, I'm not doing this.
And that's so far, but in the end, it doesn't.
In the end, it does matter in the end, though, because now I'm hooked as well.
Thank God for the live action. Thank God.
Thank you. So, since we're tapping into our sentimental sides, I feel like we are. Before we close this episode, I wanted to know your opinion on this from someone who has followed this crew for so many years. From what we have gathered so far, the story truly shows that in a world full of pirates and chaos, your choices, dreams, and relationships define who you truly are. What do you think are the lessons that One Piece as a whole is trying to teach the world?
So, first, I want to say that One Piece is not meant for kids. It may start off lighthearted, fun, innocent, because I was also watching it on television when I was 6, but they eventually stopped airing it pretty early, I must say, because it wasn't suitable for children. I'm so grateful I started watching it again at 16, because I think that's the perfect age to truly understand it and appreciate it. I genuinely believe that the parts of myself I'm proud of have been influenced by One Piece, for sure. I've learned countless life lessons from it, and while I can't just list them all, here are the ones that have stuck with me the most. So, watching One Piece teaches you that freedom is one of the most valuable things in the world, that authority is not the same as justice, that history matters and truth should never be erased, that people are not defined by their past or origins, that found family can sometimes be stronger than blood, that dreams deserve to be protected, and that one person can change the world. Many characters feel powerless under oppressive systems, yet Luffy keeps proving that courage and conviction can inspire others. Real change often begins with a single person refusing to accept injustice, and sometimes that is enough. So, there are so many more lessons, but you really need to experience them yourself. The story resonates with all the people because of a mix of its themes and the universal emotional impact that art, stories, and anime can have on people. So at this point, I just want to say a huge thank you to Oda Sensei for this incredible journey. Even in my loneliest or darkest moments, One Piece has always been there. Through it, I've connected to countless stories and discovered more about myself and the world around me. I'll try not to get too emotional, but One Piece is one of the few things, or perhaps the only thing, that still actively connects me to my younger me, because my 6-year-old self still wonders what the One Piece is and what the D means, and when Luffy will become the king of the pirates, because we both know he will, as I still wonder. So people may say these are just characters, but they are so, so much more than that. They are the product of incredible storytelling, ideas, beliefs, and imagination poured straight from a creative mind. We can see ourselves on them, and through his art, Oda Sensei has connected the whole world and taken us along on this journey. So now, since I was a kid, my dream was to go to Japan and see the birthplace of One Piece for myself. It was not an easy journey, far from home, with challenges of money and time, but following the manga and seeing Luffy so close now to his goal inspired me, and I felt like I had to chase my own dreams too, no matter how difficult or hard or scary that might be. And I did. With my partner, I experienced this journey, and I'm so grateful for him as the best crewmate I could ever ask for. I even got the Nakama tattoo on my hand, as I've said before, sealing my own Straw Hat journey. And I was also so proud to communicate with the locals in Japanese, honoring this world that means so, so much to me. So, for all these delights and all these dreams and all those stories and all those lessons, thank you, Oda Sensei, for this masterpiece.
Don't cry. I'm gonna cry too. Don't cry.
Yeah, I'm getting so emotional while
I
I'm
am
talking about
so
it.
proud. I'm so proud of hearing you talking about this. And that's the reason that I really wanted you to be the lead in this episode, because I can see those things now myself. And it's just, I respect his world. I respect the story that he has created. And I can see why you love this so much. And I'm so glad we get to connect, because I felt a bit disconnected through the years when you wanted to talk about this and you couldn't. But I'm so happy that I get to do this now with you, because
It
I've
means a
learned
lot.
my lessons as well through watching the live action and the 30 plus episodes.
It means a lot. And the live action is really good for people. I mean, really, you don't need to just watch the anime. The adaptation is perfectly on point, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just watch the adaptation. It is great. It is the same thing. Maybe even better in the storytelling more, just because of what I told you, that now that Oda knows what happened in all these years, he can weave the story as he likes, these little things that make it seem more amazing. So, yeah, I'm so happy for this adaptation, and I'm so happy that you sailed with me finally
Yes.
to this journey. I'm
I'm
so
not
happy
part of
for
the
that.
crew yet. I'm getting there. I just need
Yeah,
to make a few more meals for the
but it
crew
is
first.
it is so exciting when you're sending me reels and memes and images about One Piece. I mean, now I'm so happy that I get to share all these memes and reels with you too.
It's definitely, it feels better now, I have to say. But I'm so glad I gave this a chance. And for anyone who's listening, if you are listening, please do trust me. I was really reluctant. But I take everything back. Everything I said, I take it back. Because this show, even the 2 seasons that I've watched, I've learned a few lessons myself from just the live action, I'm gonna say. Yeah, so I feel it's just it's so much deeper than just a young boy who wants to become the king of the pirates. It's about having dreams and pursuing them, not focusing on the destination, which we always do, but we shouldn't. It's the journey itself. It's about believing in yourself, that you will be able to carry through all the challenges, have courage, and understand that true bravery is not the absence of fear.
Hmm.
It's going straight into battle in spite of it, as Broggy said. And the most important one, in my opinion, is that being different is a strength, not a weakness. And I can see it now. We spent years of our young adult lives being scared to be our truest versions of ourselves, only to grow up and realize our power, our true power. So embracing who you truly are is not a devil's fruit. It's your own superpower.
Well said, sister. Well said. That was an inspiring leader speech.
Thank you.
That was amazing because, of course, we have to put some D&D stuff in
We have to,
in this episode too. So I am so happy we did this and that you gave One Piece a chance because of the live action. I know that over 1,000 episodes can feel overwhelming by anyone, so I truly appreciate the live action giving fans a chance to experience the story in a more accessible and digestible format. And I can't wait for you to see more. So that's how we wrap up this episode with cries and tears. But before we let you go, we want to give a massive thank you to every single one of you for spending time here with us today. It truly means the world that you chose to hang out here once again. Come find us on the socials, and if you watched One Piece, whether the anime or the live action, let us know if you enjoyed it and share your thoughts on everything we've discussed today. Don't forget to hit that follow button on Spotify. It's the best way to support the show, and make sure you never miss an update. Until the next time, don't forget to smile in any situation. As long as you are alive, there will be better things later. May all your rolls be a natural 20. Bye!
Bye!